Yeah, Grant, I know you're good friends and very close with Isaiah Moore. When you guys lose someone that's as vocal as that and as much of a leader as he is, I know Coach Jordan talked yesterday about kind of wanting to pick him up and be there to support him. Just how much does that kind of, I guess, give you guys that extra little bit to, want to go out there and win for him because he does mean so much to this team?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I found out that he was hurt, it's like I was hurt too. Me and him have roomed together for the past 4 years. That's like my best friend. That's my brother on the team. So to be out there without him, it's not going to feel right at first. But I know that he wants us to just go out there and play hard for him. I know that, and I told him this too. I was like, everything happens for a reason. This is going to make him stronger, and he's going to come out on top of this a better man and a stronger player as well. So I mean, obviously, it's like we're hurt for him, and like I felt bad that it happened to him because he was having a great year. But I know that this is going to help him in the long run. And I know that as a team that we want to go out there and play hard for him. And we understand that as a group that we got to step up and play harder because, he was the voice of our team. To lose the voice of your team like that, it sucks. But we know that we have to go out there and play hard for him.
Jonas?
Hey, Grant. Coach Doran talked yesterday about the next man up mentality. How you guys have really been playing that way all year since Peyton and Cyrus was down. When it happens again, you go to the younger guys and tell them, hey, this is why you have to stay ready. This is a perfect example why, even though you're not playing much, maybe you're on the scout team, this is a perfect example of why you have to prepare a certain way. You talk to some of the young guys about that?
Yeah, so something that we do here at State is we always prep like we're starters, like even if you're not playing. And, I think that's something that you can see with Betty, like he stepped in, he did a great job during the game, but that's because during the week, he preps like he's going to start. So that's something that we always try to tell everybody that, listen, you're one play away from being on the field. And I think that that's something that everybody that like we all understand is that, anything can happen during the game. So something that we try to tell the young guys is that we believe in them, because we know how hard they work. Everybody on this team works hard and everybody gets prepped to go out there and play. So we believe in the guys that are up next and we know that they're going to do a great job for us.
And as a follow-up with Chandler down there, we know Derek Eason is filled in and Tim McKay has come on and got some reps, but who's a young guy we may not know about who may get in that rotation moving forward or for the offensive line?
So I think that like you called out the two guys, Derek Eason and Tim McKay. I think that Eason the past 2 games has done like really well. I mean, just him stepping in, but he's getting prepped like he's going to start too. Tim as well. Tim's been getting a lot of time this year too. And I think that, just seeing those 2 guys go out there on the field and play hard and do well, it's like I'm glad that they're getting their shine now.
James Henderson?
Yeah, Grant, last couple of games you guys have struggled a little bit running the football. When you watch the games back, what are some of the problems you're seeing on tape?
That's obviously something that we want to fix, like as an offensive line group, that's something that we pride ourselves on is being able to run the ball. And I think that last week that we didn't do a very good job of that, like we have to go out there and execute the blocks. And sometimes we didn't. And I think that's something that we're trying to fix this week on the field so that we can go out there and run the ball better this weekend.
And just to follow up, obviously Devin Leary's off to a really good start this year, a really good season for you guys. You work closely with him. So what have you seen from him progressing from 2019 to now at that position?
I can just see like he's the man now, faith that he's going to take care of the offense, like when that he's back there behind you, like every time we step on the field and he's with us, we know that we're going to be fine as offense. But I think to see him take control of the whole group and have the respect of everybody out there on the field, but also you can just see it in his eyes too. Like he knows that we believe in him to take care of us and to do the job right, So something that I've seen from him is just how hard he worked, but also just how much he's grown to and how much control he has over the group. I think has been really cool.
Todd Gibson?
Yeah, Grant, it's tough to run the ball when defenses are crowding the box. Has that been a source of frustration for you guys? Because obviously you guys want to run the ball, but man, it's tough when they put 8 people up there.
It's obviously tough, but but we have to do what's called, So it's like if there are 8 guys in the box, and we got to find a way to make it work, Like we believe that we can run the ball against anybody, but we have to go out there and do it and execute. And I don't think last week that we did a good job of executing. And so that's something that we want to fix this week so that we can go out there and have a better day of running the ball.
In this day and age of college football, teams are seeming to pass more and more. Just how important is the run game? And I know you big offensive linemen love to just road grade people, but how important is the offensive line or the running game for you guys?
So we understand that like the run game opens up the pass game, you know, because then they'll start to put more guys in there. So that's why it's important for us to make sure that the run game works. Because if you don't have a run game, then everybody knows that you're going to pass the ball. So we understand that you have to have the run game on point so that we can all work through it.
David?
Hey, Grant, it's been a few weeks since you guys have been back to the Carter. How much easier does it make it to have these home games, not to worry about travel and just kind of get, have that extra time during the week to sort of collect yourself?
So we all like home games, first off, like we have the best fans in the whole world, honestly, like in the ACC, in the like all over the place, like our fans are the best. And I think so for us to be gone because we've been gone for them for about 4 weeks now, like we're all just as happy that we get to be home and play here. It's homecoming this week too, so we know that there's going to be a large crowd here. The students are going to be back too. So like for us to get the chance to come back home is huge for us, and we're just glad that we get the chance to do that this week.
Jonas?
Grant, after watching the Miami film and then moving forward to Louisville, what's the main thing? What's one thing you look at the tape say, we got to take that off film if we want to be successful this Saturday?
Something that we have to do as a team, like, and I know that we all say this, but like we actually mean it. Like we just have to execute. Like we look at those games that we like this past week, the game that we lost, and it's frustrating because we know that we left players out there on the field that could have won us the game. And I think that's something that we want to do this week is just come into the film room and know that we did everything that we could to win this game. Like we just want to go out there and execute to the best that we can. Like we understand that every play is not going to be the best. Like, it's like, well, you want it to be the best, but every play, like, those guys are good too. So it may not always be the best play that you want, but if you go out there and try your best and try to execute, that's all you can ask for. So that's something that we want to do this week is just go out there and just play hard and play our best, but also execute too and take care of the small things.
JB Ricks?
Hey, Grant, appreciate you taking out the time. Ricky just shared with us that the loss from this past Saturday was very emotional for this team. I'm curious to know, if you could share your perspective on that as far as the emotions that came out after the loss to Miami. But how long did it take for you guys to have to kind of like let that go and understand that you still control your own destiny here? You guys still have the main goals in front of you. How has that process been so far leading up to today?
Like after the game, like, it's like, I don't know if he told you guys this, but it was guys in there crying, because like this game means a lot to us. Like that's what some people don't know. Like all the hard work that we put in, like it sucks to go out there and lose a game like that. When you know that you could have won. Like we had guys crying, but we also understand that we had to get back to work. Like we got home at 4:15 and we were back in the Murph by 12 because we had film. And so while everybody was, saying these bad things about us, like we were just getting back to work, honestly. Understand that we lost the game, but it's only a loss if you don't learn from it, and we learned from that loss. So we watched the film. It's like the film was tough to watch, but we also understand that if you want to learn and get better, then that's what you have to do is learn from those tough games. So after we watched the film, like we were just like, listen, like we can't let this one game take over the next few weeks. Like we have a game in 6 days, and that's what we did. So we're getting back to work right now, and we're trying to get prepped for this week.
Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
And James Henderson?
Grant, you guys didn't play Louisville last year. When you watch tape of them, do you focus more on what you see from them now, or do you also just look at what you saw from them in 2019 as well?
So so we kind of just have to key in on the stuff that they've done this year. Like it's good to watch the film from 2 years ago, but they don't have the same players from back then. Like it's a few guys that played in that game, but like they've had new players come in. They have a few transfers come in too. So it's just important to key in on the film this year to see who they actually are going to play with. So yeah.
And I asked Ricky the same thing. Schematically, who do they resemble to you that you guys have maybe already faced this year?
I mean, honestly, like their offense is kind of like ours, just because our old coach, Coach Leffert, went there, and they kind of kept like our offense up there. So it's kind of like ours. Their defense, they're very fast, like very fast. That's something that we saw on film. You know, like they have top speed, like all over the place. Their defensive linemen are quick. And, you know, so we have a lot of respect for those guys just because of the way that they play and how fast and hard they play.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Jonas.
Grant, I'm just curious, since you blocked for those guys, Bam and Ricky, do you approve of the Craig and Day-Day nickname? You think they can do better?
Look, that, like, you guys may not know them well, but that fits them to a T. Like, it's perfect. Like, I think Craig is Ricky and Day-Day's Bam. That's perfect. Like, if you see him around here, yeah, that fits them. Absolutely.
I think we're good. Grant, thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you guys.
Media, we'll see you tomorrow.